Hey, welcome back, folks. It's a good day for the Anoraks show. It's good seeing you again. I'm very excited about this episode. After all, we've only tried to arrange this episode 19 times? But without further ado,
it's been in the making for a while, and
it's
good to finally get this one in the books.
It only makes it better, right?
It's an exciting episode for us as well.
Hey, but without further ado, let me introduce my colleagues. It's a pleasure for me to introduce my brother, Shammy Lee. You know him. As you know, your boy Ricky V. And then, very special guest today, last but not least, officially our second guest celebrity on this show. The one and only, the most savage former captain I have ever met, Doug Jordan. It's nice to have you here, Doug. Tell us a little bit about what you're up to these days.
Yeah, after I retired from the Navy last year, I got hired by Lockheed Martin out in Colorado, and now we're building a hypersonic weapon system. So I'm building the launcher system for that missile. Really interesting and important work with a lot of high visibility, and spending the rest of the time touring around Colorado, doing a lot of hiking and back road driving and hunting better beer and whiskey. So you'll find that Colorado is a little light on the whiskey department, but there's a few good ones out here.
Oh, nice! I've seen that on the Facebook. You've been hiking a lot. Is that what's your average hike length?
Probably 5 or 6 miles. You know, there's a lot of altitude changes out here, so that you usually pretty. I'm old man. You know, I'm in my 50s now. Hiking 5 or 6 miles with half of it being uphill is plenty.
Hey, you're only as old as you feel, Doug. So
yeah.
you feel pretty good.
Some on the body after 30 years.
I mean, if you're talking mentally, I agree, but the body don't lie sometimes.
Hey, let me hit you with the affirmation of the day, because that's how we call it now, right?
Well, sometimes it's a quote, sometimes it's an affirmation.
So maybe a quote, maybe an affirmation.
It's just an opening. We're just going to call it the opening salvo.
Opening salvo. All right. Always drink your whiskey with your gun hand to show your friendly intentions.
Yeah, I can see how that might get some folks in trouble back in with Wild Wild West days. And
I did some research, and apparently it's a Scottish proverb. So who knows? Some dude
Scottish.
Some dude.
There's got to be a corollary to that one though, which should be ready to shoot with both hands.
Yeah.
You got to be.
You got to train. You got to train for the secondary when the primary side goes down.
Oh, I see. You're making a lot of references here. Like they're.
Well, I mean,
in there.
Hey, you got to go. We can done supported or something. Got to get them range days in.
Okay.
Speaking of which,
I think it was General Mattis that said something similar. He was basically said be kind and polite, but be ready to kill everybody you meet.
Didn't we have a Winston Churchill quote that said, "Whiskey has killed more men than bullets, but all men be rather be full of whiskey than bullets."
Yeah, which is kind of
a lot of good gun/whiskey quotes. I love it.
Pretty silly quote, but yeah. I mean it's not silly, but
come on, it's the man.
It's I mean it's a no-brainer.
All right, well. You got anything else to share there, Shammy, or shall we partake?
I don't really have anything. I mean, I guess we talk about the bottle real quick. So today, folks, we're going to do a little tasting with our friend from out in Colorado, former colleague, former submarine brother. We're going to do this Rittenhouse bottle. Like we said, we've been trying to get this one in the books for a while. Yeah. So this is a straight rye bottled in bond. If you've been watching enough of these and you didn't know, you now know that a bottle and bond is 100 proof, always and forever.
Yeah, standard.
So we're going to do this, and this is actually this is a Heaven Hill bottle, and we talked a little bit about Heaven Hill in our last episode.
Just a coincidence, right?
Yeah, coincidentally, they started out of Bardstown. Heaven Hill is apparently the largest family-owned outfit going today. Because a lot of those other ones have been taken over. Like Beam is now Centauri, so they're not even they're
not even American.
Yeah, well,
pretty much
they're corporate owned, whether they're American or not. So they started out of Bardstown, and now they're in in Louisville at the
Let's just read
Fahrenheit.
the bottle.
So,
Like it's got something on the back.
you want me to read the bottle?
Yeah, sure. Hit the folks
So
with it.
yeah, we'll do that. So Rittenhouse Straight Rye Whiskey is a storied Pennsylvania style rye whose heritage commemorates Philadelphia's famous Rittenhouse Square. Still bottled and bonded under U.S. government supervision to meet the strict requirements. The Rittenhouse you enjoy today carries forth the distinct and spicy flavor profile established long ago. So
I love it.
Without further
I'm a fan
ado,
of bottle and bonds.
we're gonna
Not
go
a fan
ahead.
of rye, but a fan of bottle and
Oh
bonds.
yeah, most bottled and bonds are pretty tasty. I don't know what's your take on the bibs.
Yeah, well, I'm a fan of whiskey in general, and ryes. You said you don't like ryes, Louis?
It's not that I don't like them, but there's very few that I really enjoy. I'm not a fan of the taste. I'm more of a straight bourbon kind of guy. There's certainly there's some ryes out there that I've liked. I've never had this, so we'll see. We'll see. Are you just a rye guy?
No, but I've become more of a fan of ryes lately.
It's taken over?
I started branching out a little bit more. I was more of a bourbon, straight bourbon, and then I've gone to out here. You can get bourbon, you get more whiskey. So I've shifted there, and then I've started sampling ryes. And if you've had Whistle Pig, all the Whistle Pig ryes,
That's all right.
Yeah. Redemption's got a pretty good rye. We always got to talk about Redemption. It's a 95.5.
Yeah.
There's a story behind it, sir.
Well, it's good. I like it.
The first time I tried Redemption, I was.
You've had Redemption. That's cool.
Yeah.
What was that? You didn't care for it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not on my. I basically break down whiskeys and bourbons into two categories: they're either sippers or mixers.
Okay.
If I like it good enough, I'll put it over ice and drink it straight. Otherwise, I put Redemption in the category. You got to pour it over something or mix it.
Now was that the rye or was that the bourbon?
The bourbon.
The bourbon, yeah. So the rye is a 95.
Yeah, the rye's better.
So
I agree.
It's the same kind of mash bill as the EH. EH Taylor rye.
Taylor.
But I just saw that they just came out with one. It's called Sir Lee. So, well, what it is they take the what do they call it? The
backwash?
Not backwash. There's a byproduct of when they go and the byproduct of the mash. Anyway, they put that in there. It's something to do with winemaking, or the way that they do some wines. So, and Lee is the guy, French name Lee.
The master distiller?
No,
just like the
process.
originator.
The process was named after him. So it looks pretty interesting. I don't know. It's probably decent, but who knows how much that thing goes for? Probably about $50.
I already see something.
So
you're not going to do a cork pop.
No. Oh, but you know what?
I was looking at it. I was like,
sorry.
I had it written cork pop, but it's a screw top.
Sorry, we got a method. So the last screw top we did was Very Old Barton, and
it did not disappoint.
Very Old Barton. If you ever find that one, $15, super solid bourbon for $15. Oh wow, yeah. It's made by was 1792.
Yeah, the same people
Right.
that make 1792.
Yeah.
1792.
Yeah, but interesting
And
bourbon.
I didn't know this was a screw top either until I opened mine.
Me neither, because it's brand new.
Well,
we just popped it.
Right.
This is how we pop the top on these.
Let's see. Oh,
I
okay.
saved mine to open until we finally did this call. So.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So there we go. All right. So I guess the
Weller's.
I guess we're just ready to get down to the pour.
Sure.
All right.
Let's partake.
So are you ready to pour, sir?
Don't
I already
you keep
poured.
saying sir. I'm gonna smack you if you say sir.
Well, I said it in a different way.
Oh, you say.
Yeah, I can't reach you, so. I opened the bottle when we sat down. I saw you had a glass. I figured you were already drinking it.
No.
Yeah, that was something else. Just to tide me
that was
over.
you.
So
All right.
So the way we usually do this, I don't know. We always like to try to investigate it a little bit, and just I don't know. It's got a good color, of course. Which you usually suspect with these bottled and bonds.
The legs are.
It's fairly dark, but the legs are kind of hard to see in these glasses. But they're there. It's got some legs. They're running.
I would say they're not as viscous, not as thick as other.
Slow to medium.
Slow to medium.
Yeah, slow to
You
medium.
started using big words.
Yeah.
Slow to medium. They try.
We're growing here. I would say it's a honey color. Or would you say amber? Would you say gold?
It's a light
honey?
amber.
Light
straw,
amber?
Dark straw.
Yeah,
light amber.
I would have said amber also.
I mean, yeah, I would say light straw. I would agree. What you get on the smell? Then you're gonna shove your whole head in there?
Yeah. you don't like the way I sniff?
No. It offends me.
That's your generation.
Fresh. I can already kind of see that it's a rye, or smell that it's a rye, with how it smells. That fresh,
Yeah.
like I call it mintiness, but it's not mint. Obviously, it's just that
Right, yeah, it does have
peppermint,
that
maybe,
mintiness. Herbaceous.
Herbaceous. There you go.
Herbaceousness,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
There you go. Somebody read a dictionary
That's
today,
a 10.
Doug.
That's a 10-cent word. I'll sell it to you for a dime.
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. A little sweet.
Licorice? No?
Not
Maybe
much licorice. I usually get licorice.
Okay.
Some of the woodies coming through, but some of these they got to breathe a while. Sometimes
Well, if they don't breathe in these glasses, look at this.
we try to figure out what we can pull off the sniff, but
Big mouth. We call these the spittoons, Doug. Look at this. Look at
It's
this
like a
thing.
flower pot.
Yeah, right?
so these are actually what they call they're competition glasses.
yeah.
So I guess these are what they use. The folks that are judging at competitions. It's supposedly that wide mouth on it and everything is supposed to allow for you to be able to get the smells and stuff like that, and it's supposed to aid in the drinking, kind of like a Glencairn, but
It's very
in a different way.
contradicting because everywhere I read that the Glencairns are the glass to go, which I'm not a huge fan. I don't care. I like them, like the ones I have, like the cognac glasses. I like them more like that.
Yeah.
But not like a Glencairn. It's too funneled. I feel like it intensifies the smell. I feel like.
What do you
Just
got?
go with an old school tumbler.
Regular rock glass. There you go.
Yeah. So
Oh, does that say USS Georgia on it?
It actually says USS Norfolk on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
that's a real
But I
boat.
never got stuff.
Yeah,
I never got one of these,
I'm finally going to a
for,
real boat next. I'm finally fast boat tough.
Where you headed?
San Diego, USS Hampton.
Hampton. That was one of my old boats.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was nav on Hampton.
Yeah, I'm going there. Should be going there beginning of next year, maybe.
Was that when it was out of Norfolk?
Yeah, that was when I've never served out of San Diego.
Yeah. It used to be what was that, Squadron 8 or what was the other?
6 and 8
6
were
and
both out
8.
there now. It's just 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, so before we partake on it, I got a few savage moments with that Doug.
Let's go
that I
ahead and-
experienced with
let's-
Doug. Oh, you just want to drink?
yeah, I want to taste
What an
this.
alcoholic.
We got to officially get this one in
Okay, let's
the
do
taste.
it.
So
Let's do it.
hey, here's to reuniting, even if it's at a distance and through ones and zeros over the internet via video, reuniting with old friends and shooting the shit.
Always good to talk to old friends.
Think.
Cheers.
That's pretty smooth.
Way lighter than I expected. Yeah.
That's nice. Spicy.
Well, you didn't make
Yes,
a face,
it is.
so you must not be.
The spiciness is expected.
Yeah.
Say again.
You didn't make a face, Louis, so you must have go okay.
And I always make faces. You'll see this in every episode. No matter what I'm tasting, I'm always making faces. And I thought it was just me, but I've been watching other bourbon guys that do it, and they just make the weirdest faces. I'm like, do you enjoy it? I love it. Okay. What is it?
So this is a straight rye.
Yeah.
Right. So that's 51%.
Yes.
Rye?
It is 51%.
Yeah, but-
30 something corn, and then
Okay.
the rest is barley.
Yeah.
From what I've read.
So here's a interesting thing that we've been trying to nail
I know
down.
what you're gonna say.
Yeah. So it seems like the more rye you have in that kind, so like this one, you lose. So this is obviously 51%, but you get into like a 95 rye, 5% barley, there isn't that spice that people seem to clamor for when they talk about ryes. So I think it's the addition of that corn, right? And it's almost like
we talked about the
it's almost there's some ratio it seems when you've got the corn and the rye in there, and I think it's more
they clash.
Yeah, I think it has more to do with the corn, to be honest.
Dominant, yeah.
Because this is not as spicy as some of the ryes that a lot of folks are out there, clamoring for. Which is normally you're talking about a rye or a high rye. So
the rye is a stronger grain by far, but
yeah, I feel like this has got just the right amount of spice. And it's at 100 proof. I mean, it's pretty smooth.
It's a good sipper.
So let's talk about it. What do you taste in there? Give me some notes? I'd say it's kind of licoricey.
A little bit, yeah. Pulling a little licorice.
Obviously, the rye, the spicy.
Yeah, that dark flavor, caramel, almost a real super dark chocolate.
I kind of taste some caramel.
Yeah,
and I didn't think I was going to. So I like
it.
What do you think, Doug?
Well, I would have said some caramel and some vanilla, a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah,
I'm not a big licorice fan. I don't really taste licorice in here, but I can almost trying to figure out what spice, like a nutmeg or something like that you get a hint of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing about when you go in and you try and sound all fancy and pull out all the different flavors and stuff. But what one person feels or tastes as a licorice, is something similar to but adjacent to. Somebody else say some people say butterscotch, some people will say caramel. Well, what's the big? There's not much of a difference. But yeah, I think this is a solid sipper.
Yeah.
Well, butterscotch is made with brown sugar, and caramel is made with granulated sugar, and that's courtesy of your wife that just texted me that yesterday.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, there's
because we were talking about it yesterday.
We put a bounty out on the answer to that question, so somebody's going to win a prize if they actually take the time to comment in the last episode podcast that we did. So
hey, so what about the finish? I feel like if we take out the spiciness of it, it doesn't have a long finish.
I'd say it's medium to long.
Yeah. So it's a nice, smooth, good sipper.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what's the price tag on this?
MSRP I think is $20 to $25.
Wow.
Yeah. I want to say it was around 30 here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the bang for your buck.
I mean, if you factor that in compared to some of the stuff that people are out there paying $60 or $70 for,
we usually don't to not do that, but in this case,
no, but I'm just saying, yeah, there's some stuff out there. No, and I try not to let the price cloud where I let the thing fall.
Hype.
Yeah, but
but I get what you're saying, because if you get a quality bottle, plus it's 100 proof, so you get a little bit more bang for your buck out of that as well.
Right.
Tastes good, and it's under $50 or $60. You're actually doing pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
and like we say here, Doug, the price is nothing, because we've had some some trashy bottles that costed a lung and a kidney. Like for New Year's, we pitched in and bought a bottle of Glenlivet 25 year. That took like $500, and that thing was hot garbage. It was like water. It was so bad.
Just not good.
It was just not. It did not live up to the hype.
I don't know if I had any of that.
Well, you kept trying. You kept telling people to try the rabbit hole, and you went down that rabbit hole the whole night. That was funny.
Yeah, my whiskey that didn't live up to the hype was Blanton's.
Oh,
now see again. I'm just gonna say I understand what you're saying, but it's a single barrel, and some of those single barrels.
I've had 3 of them, 3 different bottles.
It's amazing how
the
variant can be on those.
Because it's all from a.
I'm just saying, as much as hard as it is to get,
right,
and as much as people, I think it's the bottle and the horse on the top,
right?
Because by the time I drank some, I was like,
it's weak. It's weak. It's definitely
weak.
It's not for solid bourbon drinkers. It's just for people that are starting. I feel
it's not as special as that secondary market.
No, not yours.
Drives it up to. What do you want?
The bottle. Second pour. Okay, question.
I got to catch up.
You don't have to do that, Anyway, here, some for Doug.
That's nice.
Hey,
It's got that old barn.
let's
It's got that old barn.
old barn.
The old barn.
Oh, this happens every time we have a Zoom caller.
Yeah.
Barn, the barn flavor.
That was a terminology that my son used or my son-in-law rather, to refer to what bottle was that? He said it had that old barn quality. It might have been the Redemption Rye.
Maybe.
Anyway,
Hey, let's close out here with the bottle. Go ahead, Doug. I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, I just got a note that said we end in 10 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah, we'd be done
Okay.
short. Okay, so Rittenhouse info color. That's what the website says. Mahogany. Is the
mahogany.
color.
Okay.
Aroma: dried fruits, toffee, and sweet peppers. Did not get any of that, but maybe the dried fruits.
Toffee and sweet. Well, toffee, caramel, like we said
Yeah,
before,
okay.
butterscotch.
It's a
Yeah.
taste: clean, rich, cocoa, citrus, cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla.
There you go.
Vanilla?
You
Yeah.
had
Nutmeg?
nutmeg.
Yeah, there
I
you
think
go.
we hit all those points. I mean, cocoa. I said chocolate.
The
We
finish.
missed the cinnamon.
What's that?
We missed the cinnamon.
Totally.
We did miss the
Totally.
cinnamon. Yeah. I don't know where they pulled that out of their ass, but
The finish says lingering maple-like spiciness.
okay.
I can see that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I can taste that. I don't have much info about it. All I know is in 1999, Heaven Hill bought Rittenhouse straight rye whiskey brand.
Okay. So that was the same year that they moved from Bardstown to Louisville.
Yeah, and one of the most famous whiskeys are the McKenna, the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, and this one, the Rittenhouse Bottle and Bond.
Yeah, there was another one, but I can't remember what it was. They had some history also going back in the day with one of the beams, but of course, I think just about everybody in the business started out with one of those folks like that, one of those big names in the whiskey business.
Nice. Real quick, sir. Damn it, Doug. I cannot get away from it. What's your favorite gun?
Well,
Real quick,
You call me Sir Lee.
Sir Lee. Favorite gun, Doug.
My favorite gun is
You don't have to own it.
Well, this one I do own. My favorite one so far is a Korean War vintage M1 Garand.
Nice.
So that was a lot of fun to shoot. Gives me flashbacks back to when I originally played Call of Duty.
Oh, we were just playing Call of Duty. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I would have to say, I have a Daniel's Defense AR that's pretty mean. It's a pretty mean beast. It's like the MMD 47 something. I don't know. I would have to get back to you on that, but
Well, before you spend that kind of money again, you need to give me a call.
Really?
I can take
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
I support local businesses from Georgia.
Yeah, but I can support you financially, get you something cheaper and mail it to Georgia.
Understood.
Yeah, so we got to give a plug out, to Deepwater Tactical, and
Talk to me
we'll have
about
to
that.
put a link on the Facebook group, also, and when hype this episode, and I don't know, hopefully swing some business.
What is Deepwater
folks.
Tactical, Doug?
So I, while I was still active duty before retired, I got my federal firearms license and picked the name based on submarine force. All my time there, and I've been really using the business as an opportunity to learn the firearm business and learn all the rules and regulations, get all the admin right, and hook up friends and families with a solid, cheaper priced firearm. Expand Second Amendment around the country as much as I can, but do it at an affordable price. So I primarily sell to friends and family, and myself. I've been one of my biggest customers so far.
You keeping yourself in business?
Getting firearms wholesale is much cheaper than getting them
Self-funding.
the way you got to. That's right. It's not really self-funding. It's actually anti-funding, but
Funny.
it's a lot more fun. I've picked up a lot of fun guns since then.
All right. Last but not least, Doug, preferred caliber that you would carry.
9mm.
You prefer more bullets than more firepower? More chances?
I'm pretty accurate. So,
right, then why not carry a 7-bullet 45 like I do?
Well, I have I
That's
carry
what I do.
concealed rifle. a 45 caliber is a little bit bigger. It's harder to conceal. So I do have I have a 40 cal that I carry sometimes depending on what I'm wearing, but most of the time I carry either a SIG 365 or a Hellcat.
Yeah.
And I get 12 or 13 rounds. And
been hearing a lot about those Hellcats. I'm very interested. I saw them at the store.
Hellcat Pro just came out, and it holds 15 plus one.
That's a good amount.
I have optics on mine, so I'm very accurate, very quick aim. So having 9mm is a heavy enough caliber for most of what you need.
What kind of sight you got, or optics? You said.
I actually tend to towards the Holosun micro RMRs. The 507 KX2 is what's on my SIG, and it's a great optic. It gives you a circle dot reticle, which gives you get the circle. You quick aim, just put the circle center target, pull the trigger.
Okay. I've got the P320 9mm, so I was thinking about getting one of those fancy sights for that bad boy.
Well, I do optics too, so let me know.
Yeah.
I just saw one. It's the P365X. It's brand new, and it comes with a sight, and they upgraded the trigger.
Yeah, what's that run?
It runs you like I don't know what it runs you with Doug, but but retail like 850.
Yeah,
850. No. Oh, there you go. Even better.
See?
Yeah, so they make several different models with safeties, without. The X's are what they did was they took the 365 and then they milled the slide so you can put an optic on it. So I made it the X. The XL is the one that I actually carry. I got bigger hands, so the X is a little bit too small for my hand. But the XL was mine was optic ready also. But you can get them either with or without manual safety or not. There's lots of different options. They come in. So you just have to tell me what you're looking for, and I can let you know.
Well, there you go. Anybody that's looking for a piece,
wow,
decent price.
Call it
firearm
looking for a piece.
Old school.
You took it back. Sometimes you got to have a piece to make peace. Hit them up, Deepwater Tactical.
Other than that, how was the play, Miss Lincoln?
Well, if he'd have just ducked to the left a little bit, he'd been all right.
He would have been just fine. Hey,
we don't have a web page yet, but we do have a Facebook page, and you can reach us through. Just search Deepwater Tactical on Facebook, and you can find us. And there's a link to send us messages, whatever.
We'll definitely put the link here when we edit the video, and we'll send people your way, and that's how it's gonna be. What you got, Shane?
Yeah, we've got dozens and dozens of loyal followers.
Hey, we're getting there. Come on.
No, it's a slow process.
Yeah. Good things take time.
Yeah. What else you got?
I don't have anything else.
You don't have anything else?
No.
I thought you had a story that you were going to
but you interrupted me like you were trying to cancel me.
I wasn't trying to cancel you. So
I got a few actually.
He's got a story, and
I got a few.
Well, let's just stick to the one that you told me that's
hey,
good
Doug,
for everybody.
I remember my funniest moment is I remember I was in control. I was the FDW.
Funniest moment that you can talk about.
Yeah, right. I was in control, and then we were coming to PD.
You were never in control.
Yeah, I was never in there. Yeah. I was the FDW, and we came up to PD, and for some reason, Ench Dillard was there. I think
he didn't have to use his name.
Ah, damn it. Whatever. Why not? I mean,
anyway, go ahead.
Whatever. And Ench was there.
As Dillard was in charge.
No, he wasn't. He was a contact manager. Anyways, you obviously were there because it was a PD trip. But then all of a sudden, they're doing the safety sweep, and Ench yells, "Pan left! I saw a contact." They pan left. When they look at it, it was the sun. And you said, "That is the sun. You're more than welcome to put an AOU around it, and you'll realize it's 52 million miles away."
93 million.
93. And you just savaged them in front of all control. And then still, damn it, a guy that never, he was super smart. He never got savaged. Got savaged at that moment, and it was just, he was frozen.
We're all capable of being humbled at any point in any time.
I will bleep the Dillard.
That's fact.
3 times.
Yeah.
and I got another one, but I don't know if I should. Nah, it's not bad. This one is from actually one of the guys that was on the boat reminded me. But apparently one day you went into MCC and you saw this certain sailor sitting at a chair. And I got to say his name because then we won't. You saw this sailor sitting in the T-Twix chair. And then you said, what are you doing sitting in Barajas' chair? And he's like, I know, it's a big chair to fill. And you said, yeah, Barajas barely fits in it. Hey, shout out to my boy Barajas. He's working with the Broncos. You heard about that, Doug?
Yeah, we've actually seen each other a few.
Oh, nice. What? He ended the Zoom.
No, it cut off.
Oh, wow.
That's all right.
We edit this out?
I don't know. Did you set it for an end date, an end time?
No, it's because my Zoom is free. Look at that. Scammers. It limits you to 30 minutes. Wow. You know what? Fuck y'all, Zoom. No, keep recording. We call him again.
Well,
And we'll just end. I can't see shit. This is why I didn't want to mirror the fucking thing.
all right. Well,
Guys, some technical difficulties.
Oh, there you go.
look at those two handsome fellers.
Those two.
I can't see the cursor.
I don't know. Am I on the left or the right?
There he is. I think he's back. We just lost you for a second.
Yeah, we timed out. Yeah, I've actually Barajas invited my wife and I out to an event they had with the Broncos on the base at the Space Force base.
Woo!
Space Force.
Felt dirty being on that base, but anyway,
Yeah.
I've been to dinner with him and his wife, and we've seen him a few times, so it's been good having shipmates out here.
I keep in touch with him very often, and it's cool. It's cool that when he was on the boat, I told him you will be somebody in like the sports world because this guy is a sports guru. You name it: baseball, football, figure skating, swimming. He knows
He's
it.
the guy, huh?
Yeah, I know he's going to be in Sports Center soon.
He got his foot in the door, so we'll see how it goes.
Wow.
Really cool. Good for him.
Wow.
I really love him.
Hey, another plug for the Variel Barton. If you see that bottle, they do like an 80 and 86. Is it 80, 86, 90, and 100 proof, I believe. Super cheap, very good. That was a bottle that my dad told me about last year at Christmas time, and we actually did one of the shows as a tribute to him because I contacted you. He passed away in July, and on the trip back home after we had buried him and everything, we were on the interstate and kept seeing signs for a liquor store, and I said, let's just stop. This thing must be something spectacular. And it was one, I forget what the interstate was right there, going through Knoxville. And so we pulled over, and they had a bottle of Variel Barton, and it was like $15. Mm-hmm. Something I'd never heard of until, like I said, my dad had told me about it, and pretty damn good for $15.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I get my hands on that Spirit Hound, there's two versions out here. There's a kind of a normal 95 kind of, a normal 90 proof range, but they've got a barrel proof that's 132.
Oh, okay.
And you take a sip of it and you think it's going to be a lot more harsh than it is, and even at 132, it's pretty smooth. So we'll see if,
They surprise
That's interesting.
you sometimes.
That's how that the Stag Junior Stag Junior bottle I've got's a 130, 131, and it doesn't drink like a 130. 130.
Is that the bottle you're going to recommend to Doug? The Variel Barton?
What about?
No, you just said Variel Barton if you can get your hands on it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you're gonna recommend?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. If you want to partake in what I like, Doug, I like Michter's straight bourbon, and I like anything Calumet. Calumet, they're growing and they're good. I like them. You've seen Calumet? Michter's is good. I love Michter's.
But I'll tell you, I can't. Single barrel Four Roses,
Still good.
consistent, decently priced. Real good
yeah, my
bottle.
go-to if I'm not experimenting with other stuff is Basil Hayden.
Okay,
Come on.
that's a lighter viscosity, if you will.
It's too light for me.
No, I like it. The first time I had it, I wasn't for sure.
You mean the
about it.
regular Basil Hayden, Doug?
Well, that and the 10 years is not bad also.
Yeah, I never
Oh,
had
the
that.
10-year, yeah.
I only had
I haven't had
the
that one
entry
yet.
level. Yeah.
I like Basil
10 years.
Hayden.
Hey, we
It's,
forgot. Let's rate it. Just real quick before we leave. We forgot.
I mean, you were running this program, so
I know, but you are interjecting and trying to cancel me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's rate it real quick. So it's a 5-barrel scale, Doug, from 1 to 5,
Okay.
of course. So 5 being perfect, 1 being you wash your tires with it. Well, that's a term that Shammy came up with when he tried
That was that
Jesse
bottle
James.
of Jesse James. I'll tell you what.
Why don't you recommend Jesse James?
Because I wouldn't recommend that to my worst enemy, let alone somebody that I like.
Yeah.
So I'll go first. So out of 5 barrels, right? We say 2.5. That's an average. I mean, this is definitely above average. So I'd give this. I'm gonna ride the fence today. 2.75 barrels.
Okay.
Leaning towards 3. This is
Right up my alley.
I would definitely snag this bottle
Yeah, absolutely.
for sure.
I would say 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it short and simple. I like it. I'm not a fan of rye, like I said, but this I can sip. And I can also, now I know that this is a solid rye that when I have some rye drinkers at home, I can just snag it from the liquor store. And
Yeah.
I know I'm going with a safe bet.
So-
3 barrels it is.
Doc T, I know you're watching, and you've had this before, but
Rate it and subscribe.
old barn.
Yeah.
So so what's a 5 to you?
A 5. We haven't, I mean,
So here's my thing, right? Like 2 and a 5 is average. There's a lot of really average whiskeys out there. What's a 5 to me? I mean, probably the number 1 on my list of whiskeys that I've been able to try is Thomas H. Handy. That one to me stands out. So that might be a 5 in my list.
I'd say Calumet 15 for me. Maybe a 5, but no whiskey's perfect. I don't think I've ever
Right.
give a 5. So
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know.
But I mean, if I had, Thomas H. Handy, have you had that?
I have no.
Super good. And it's
I told you what it tastes like.
the Sazerac Rye.
You know when you blow bubbles when you were a kid,
stop.
sir, and it pops and you taste the soap. That's how Thomas H. Handy tastes.
Okay.
If you want to try a 1 sometime, look for Hotel Tango.
Hotel Tango.
Oh, it actually, yeah, I've had it and I gave it to you.
I've heard about it.
It looks like it can't it's a
like a
better
landmine.
known. It's better known.
Yeah. It's got like a scope, sniper scope or something on it thing.
Oh no, it's got a
Crosshairs.
label that looks like a mil spec label. It's
Yeah.
got like this side towards drinker, and
It looks like an MRE to kind of.
Well,
yeah.
I think that one is designed to look almost like a landmine kind of thing, but
Okay.
And you
It
landed
tastes
on
like
that
a
landmine when
landmine.
you tried it.
it tastes like battery acid.
There you go.
If you want to put one on a 1 scale, that would be it.
Our 1 was Jesse James, and we always talk about
Yeah.
it because it was just what is it? Jesse James Outlaw Bourbon.
I don't know. It was lacking in everything. Just
We're gonna get a letter in the mail from those guys
I don't-
suing us.
we might get a free case.
It's bad. It's bad, Doug. It's bad.
Drink it,
I have
drink
it
till
right
it
there.
tastes good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your score on that? Where would you put that?
Every palate is different.
I would probably have said like a 3.5 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I put the ryes in a different category than bourbons, and
Yeah.
they've all got a different flavor profile.
Yeah.
But if I would pick, I would say the Whistle Pigs all are higher than this.
Yeah. What's your favorite whistle pig that you've had?
Probably the one that I've drank the most is Piggyback.
Piggyback.
The one that that's because it's the cheapest.
Yeah.
It's entry level.
The one that I think the one that I've had, of the ones that I've had, the one that I liked the best was the 10-year.
Okay.
You had the Boss Hog, didn't you?
No. Well,
you didn't?
I've tried it.
Oh,
I sampled it once.
yeah. That's what I was saying.
12-year for me. I don't know, but
Okay.
the 12-year is it's got a finish on it. The 10 is the straight 10-year rye, but the 12, whatever it is, they do a finish on that. But I really like the 12. It's smooth.
yeah.
Well, I just haven't had it, so.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm up for trying it.
yeah. It's I think it's a little smoother than the 10. So yeah, if you get the opportunity to try the 12, you should give it a try for sure. It's really, really good. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, so what's your 5?
Oh. perfect drink.
Put him in a tough spot there.
I don't know that I have a.
See, it's hard.
Yeah.
Have one that I would say is perfect.
Well, and that's I mean I wouldn't either, but at the top of my list was the Thomas H. Handy. So
yeah, I've got a few that I really like. The Basil Hayden 10 year is really good. Eagle Rare is not bad.
yeah,
but I don't know that I'd put that at a 5. The Jefferson's very small batch is good. That one's probably in the 4 range.
That's not the OH.C, right? It's just the regular Jeffersons, you say?
No, there's Jefferson's, and then there's the Jefferson's very small batch.
Okay,
and there's
yep.
Jefferson's Ocean. I think the Ocean is the highest one.
The Ocean, yeah.
right.
HZC.
Yeah, they've got a few other variations, I believe.
Yeah.
They got a whole series.
You want to sign us off? You want to?
Go ahead.
No,
We'll
I did it last time. It's your turn. We're gonna allow Doug to say some words. What do you got to say about
you got the
future plans for Deepwater Tactical? Doug,
Future plans?
Yeah.
While I'm still working for the man and earning a little bit of extra money, I'll just keep selling to friends and family, and after that, the intent is to actually open my own shop and range at some point.
shop and range, like an FFL license.
Oh, wow.
Full blown.
No, a gun shop, full gun shop. Right now, I sell out of my home.
Yeah, because he's already got the license.
Yeah, I've been licensed for a couple of years.
Oh, so did you get on that suppressor thing?
I did not get a suppressor license, and the reason I didn't is because when you do an ATF Form 4 to buy a suppressor, so you would come to me, I'd get your suppressor for you, then I have to hold it for 12 to 18 months while your paperwork clears.
Wow.
So it just takes a spot in my safe, and it just, I advise everybody to make your own suppressor. Do it ATF Form 1. You can get it done in a month. I've made 2 of them. It's pretty easy.
Nice.
And you can do it legal, and you can do it faster, much faster than you can buy a commercial one. So I didn't bother getting that license to, pay the extra money for the license just to sit on people's stuff for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not logical. It's not business. It's not business.
Yeah, I mean that's a niche thing too. So I mean,
if I had a storefront, and a lot more storage space, then I'd consider doing it. But with me being working out of my home and having somewhat limited space, I'd rather store guns and sell firearms than do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I think we probably ought to sign us off on this one.
We went a little bit longer than we wanted
that's all right.
to, but that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
That's where the drinks take you.
This one's been a long time in the making, and I'm glad that we finally got to do it. Glad that we finally got to twist the tops off of these bottles.
Literally.
So
and if I get that, if I can pick up a bottle of that Spirit Hound and get it out your way, then maybe we'll do another one of these and we'll share that one.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we always on the look, and if you try anything new, Doug, just send me a message. Hey, I tried this, is good. Put it up there in the podcast. We always looking for stuff, and we're not necessarily the mainstream stuff, because we haven't even done Eagle Rare.
Yeah, I mean that stuff's nice, but I like to get into some of the
non-mainstream.
Yeah,
you're on that redemption hype.
Yeah.
I love redemption. I love redemption.
I do too.
I mean, it's good. I get Varial Barton, $15, great find. So a lot of good finds.
Share redemption.
I mean, you might like the rye, and I like their wheated as well too. So
I do want to try.
All right, so we're gonna close it out. You need a little something to.
I mean, do I need it? Yeah.
You don't have to. I mean, I'm not gonna.
I like that.
I'm not gonna twist your nipples on
3. it. 3 is very, very good in my book.
Let me get a little something here. All right, so we're going to raise our glasses. This is how we usually sign off. I don't know if you've watched one of these or not. If not, that's okay. But, so, hey, some ships are wooden ships, and those ships may sink. The best ships are friendships, and to those ships we drink.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Cheers.
All right, Doug, take care. Stay safe, stay warm. It's getting cold out there, I know.
See you soon.